This is the story of a graveyard dog, a symbol of resilience and memory. This episode has been brought to you by findpetowner.com.
Ever wonder how you'd help your pet if they went missing? With the Find Pet Owner app, you can send lost pet alerts to nearby neighbors and social media in seconds. And for extra protection, attach a SmartLink ID tag or a band to their collar. If someone finds your pet, one simple tap or quick scan instantly shares your contact info. It's easy to set up, no monthly fees. Sign up and order today to get 15% off plus free shipping. Use code AFE and enjoy instant peace of mind.
I am at the City of Turlock Animal Shelter, and I'm here to interview an officer about the graveyard dog.
My name is Officer Walthrop. I'm the supervisor here for Turlock Animal Services. We're part of the police department. I've been here almost 10 years. I started April 1st of 2016 as a field officer. I was appointed supervisor just over 2 years ago. In my early years, we received a call of service for a dog at the Turlock Memorial Park that he was barking at people. It's kind of causing a ruckus out there. So myself and other officers, we responded out there to the park and tried everything under the sun to capture him. He's a quick little guy. We noticed that he liked to sit on the benches and just kind of hang out and observe everyone. And he's vocal but harmless. And we tried setting traps for him out there. We do carry chemical capture equipment, so we're able to dart dogs out in the field. It's a projectile that we use. We utilize the cemetery staff out there using their side-by-sides when they were driving us across the lawn, across people's graves, unfortunately, trying to capture this little guy. And he, back then, was quick as the wind. We tried everything, to capture him. Then we started to discover that the reason he wasn't going in the traps is the workers there had a feeding station for him, and his name, they had given him the name of Burger King because there used to be a Burger King on West Main, as everyone probably knows, right there by the freeway. And so they would bring him burgers, and he loved them, so that became his name. We tried several times, but it kind of was apparent that the dog belonged to the people that work there, and they kind of made him their own. And we spoke with management out there about it, and at that point it was kind of a mutual agreement that it was their dog and they're caring for it. We've had other dog calls out in the cemetery, and those dogs usually we're able to capture a little bit easier, and on occasion we'll still see Burger King, running around the park. There's a reason I feel like he's there. I don't know if someone left him there on purpose, or maybe his owner is there, buried, or he's a spirit in my book. I think he might be a spirit that's just keeping watch of everybody there, and he's unique. He doesn't leave. He doesn't wander outside the park. He usually has a generalized area where he hangs out. So it kind of makes me believe either someone left him there, or maybe his owner's there. So he definitely, I think he's a unique dog.
And he should stay there.
I think he should stay. He's not harming anybody. So
now, what will happen if he's hurt or he's injured? And
If he, becomes sick or injured, that would fall on the staff there to provide care for him. Since
You know how many people have offered to take him, and also they actually want to take him home, but they can't take him. I mean, they can't.
We've had several people call in over the years, and we're like, oh yeah, that's Burger King the dog. He lives there, and they're like, oh okay, and they seem fine with that. But no one has been able to, I don't know if the workers are able to pet him or not.
No one has pet him.
Yeah, so no one's been able to capture him for at least 10 years that I know of.
Yeah, no, I mean, I basically feed him every day, like twice a day, and he'll be within 5 feet, but he will never let me touch him.
Yeah, he's been like that as long as I've known. Yeah.
So you guys gonna let him stay there, which I am really pleased to hear.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a public safety threat. Unless something, were to happen, there's really no need for him to enter the shelter at this point.
Good.
Yeah.
He has a great life.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, as far as the community, we have a lot of people who do call in concerned for him, but we explained that, he is cared for by the staff there. I know where they keep their equipment. He's able to go in there out of the weather and the inclement weather like we're having today, all this rain.
But you have never received a call that says he's bugging anyone?
No. I mean, most I've ever seen him do is this bark, because I think it's just he's greeting or just excited. Like I said, he'll sit on the bench like a human, and but he doesn't seem to bother people. He keeps his distance, and he's never been aggressive, charged at anybody, anything like that.
Lots of people I've spoken with, they said he's a spirit.
I think he is. He's definitely a spirit that we're all able to see. So,
tell me about the animal shelter. How can regular people help out animal shelter?
So, Turlock Animal Shelter, we have been here since 1962, long time. So our facility is a bit older, so things that help us is monetary donations, donations of animal food, treats, enrichment toys like Kongs. We try to help, with the mental side of the dogs being here. So we try to make treats and toys for them to stimulate them. Blankets and towels, we go through those quite a bit, because we have dogs that shred, obviously. And then we always keep towels on all of our trucks because they're come in handy to, scoop up injured animals, that sort of thing. We have a program called Doggy Day Out, so citizens are able to come into the shelter, essentially check out a dog for the day like a book, like you're going to the library. And we get you set up with a collar, leash. The dog wears a nice smock that says Turlock Animal Services and Adopt Me, and you can take the dog on any kind of adventure. Besides the dog parks is not a good place to take these dogs, but we have people take them to Starbucks for a pup cup, Home Depot just to walk around, some people take them home and literally let these dogs just relax and sleep. And it's, because what you see here at the shelter and these dogs in the kennel, setting is not always a good, picture of what the dog really is, because this is a stressful environment. All the barking, everyone's excited. So once you pull that dog out and get one-on-one with them, and they're out of this environment, you're going to see a completely different dog. And then when you bring that dog back to us, we have you fill out a report card, and we utilize that report card to help network these dogs to rescues. So you can grade them from A to F, it's like a school report card. I don't think we've had any straight F, so that's good. But we make sure that these dogs are temperament tested with other dogs and everything. They're fully vaccinated to go out in the public. It's free, and it's a great program to help get these dogs adopted, because some of these Doggy Day Out ventures have resulted in adoptions.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
When does that happen? Is there a specific day?
People can check out dogs Monday through Saturday. We open at 9:30. The dog has to be back by 5 p.m. And then we do approve overnight stays. if they're looking to adopt the dog, if they want to keep the dog overnight, we could do an approval for that and they can keep it overnight. So that happened for a dog. It was a husky that we had for a long time, and the guy kept her overnight, and he came back, he's like, she's mine.
Oh.
And filled out all the paperwork, and he brought her in a couple months ago, and she's just living her best life. So it's so good to see those outcomes, because as I tell everybody, no dog, no animal deserves to be here. They don't ask to be here, they don't deserve to be here, but while they're here in our care, we're going to do everything possible to help them that next step of life. We're constantly networking these dogs to nonprofit rescues, in other parts of the states, out of state. We've sent dogs to Canada. We've flown dogs on planes, anything, so we're constantly, even on my day off, I'm answering emails, text messages, just, I'm working when I shouldn't be probably, but it's just, their lives depend on us, doing our job to get them out of here.
Yeah. And how many dogs do you typically have here?
So we have 32 large dog runs, and right now we're probably sitting about close to 50 dogs. So we're at capacity. All of our straight intake is by appointment only, so to kind of help that flow of dogs coming in, and going out. So it gives us a chance to kind of regulate that flow, so that way, we can keep dogs longer here.
Mm-hmm. How long do you typically keep?
Right now, my longest resident is going on a year. I have dogs still here from April, and I believe some still from June. And then usually, it's 3 to 6 months stay before they're adopted or sent to rescue. I feel like there's a person for all these dogs. It's just a matter of finding that right person to make that connection.
Yeah. When you say sent to rescue, what does that mean?
So rescues, they're sometimes they're breed specific. So maybe they're a German Shepherd rescue, a Husky rescue, bully breeds. They specialize in certain breeds, and they pull them, put them in. They have multiple people who help work with them. They put them in a foster situation. They work with the dog a little further, get the dog spayed or neutered, and then they start working on finding a potential adopter for the dog. So that way, essentially, the dog is, safe from the shelter, because we can only keep dogs so long here, obviously. And they, help alleviate the overcrowding for us.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, no, they're amazing people that we get to work with, and we may be small, but we make mountains move around here just to get, on average, we're getting 10 to 15 dogs out of here a month to rescue.
Oh, nice.
So but as soon as I get, one dog out, like 5 more come in, of course, but you just never know what your day-to-day is going to bring.
Can someone volunteer to work here?
Unfortunately, we're not doing volunteers at this time. We're hoping in the future that will open back up.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
You're
for
welcome.
Your time. Thank you. And I'm glad that you have decided to keep the dog, let the dog stay.
Yeah, no, I think he belongs there. Like, there's, I don't know what, I wish they all have a story.
Yeah.
Every dog here has a story. Sometimes we know it, sometimes we don't. And sometimes it is hard not knowing the story to put all the pieces together for them, but his is interesting for sure.
Yeah,
so
sometimes it's better.
I just hope no one was mean to him, as far as like opening the door and threw him out the car door. I hope that wasn't his story.
That wasn't his story.
So I don't know what his reason is there, but I think it's a good reason. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It's raining heavy, and I drove around. I couldn't find him at his regular location, and I found him here, and I put his food. He's by the mausoleum, and he's limping. His leg hurts. went to drink some water. Oh, he went across. He seemed thirsty. And he's coming back to where his regular hangout is. Maybe he'll eat once we go to his dining room. Hello. Come on, eat. Or maybe someone has already fed you. It's raining. Wow. He doesn't want to eat. And there's barely anyone here. I see one car. And I saw some workers. The food is, wow, there was lots of food there yesterday. Looks like it's gone. Either he ate it or someone else. Let's see if I find him. Where did he go? Now I feel bad that I even came because he was sitting by the mausoleum. There he is. Where is he going? I shouldn't have bugged you. I should have just let you be at the mausoleum. You were keeping cool, well, keeping dry. I shouldn't have. What is he looking for? The weather is not too bad. It's not cold. I'm standing under the rain myself. Security guard is here. I think I'm going to bring my car and park it here. Mausoleum door is open and he could have easily gone inside, but he wasn't. He was just hanging out outside. And I think maybe his leg is, maybe he has arthritis, because sometimes he's able to put it down, sometimes he's not. I think I'm going to move my car to my regular location. He's sitting out here looking at, I don't know what he's looking at. Looks like they are digging a plot for a new. Rain temporarily stopped. And he stopped in the middle of the street. Just stands there still. Looks around. Doesn't move. Doesn't matter where he is. In the middle of the street. In the mausoleum. On the grass. It doesn't matter. Looks like they may be digging a new plot and he's watching. Cemetery is quiet. Sound of waterfall and the birds chirping. A woman with her umbrella visiting her loved one, regardless of rain. Still sitting at the same location, quietly. Just bye, Buna. Bye, Buna. Burger King. Bye. Bye, Buna. Today I don't see any names. There's no funeral. Thank God. It's raining bad. And I'm going to cemetery to see if I can feed him. He didn't eat anything this morning, and I hope he's safe. There I found him sitting by the mausoleum watching the rainfall. I put the food down, but he won't come. He won't come to eat. There is no one here. He's keeping watch. I threw a piece of meat in front of him. He smelled it. I threw a piece of meat in front of him. He smelled it, but he's not eating it. His leg hurts. I saw a car coming. Everyone says you're a spirit. I wish I could take you home. I wish I could pet you. I hope you're not sick. I'm just gonna sit here until I am kicked out of this place. Though it's raining, people are coming to visit. Let's see. That's the gentleman that feeds him. Cooper definitely showed interest when he saw Steve's car. And Steve is here to put flowers on his wife's grave and leave food for Keeper. And Keeper's watching him. Steve comes here every Thursday, returns the flowers to his wife's grave, and feeds the dog. Now he's gonna go feed the dog. He's gonna put food and water in Keeper's plate, which I saw this morning, it was empty. There you go. Yeah, his back leg is hurting. I gave him some, I brought him some meat, he won't eat it. I gave him a piece, I put a piece in front of him, well, I threw it in front of him. And he smelled it, but he didn't eat it. No. Especially it's meat, you would think that he would want it. I mean, before I brought him meat, he ate it in a second.
Not eating meat.
Yeah. If he doesn't eat tomorrow, I'm gonna give it a couple days. If he doesn't eat, then I may talk to the animal shelter. Someone new showed up and he is barking.
That was us.
Yeah.
You know me.
Bye, Buna. Bye, Buna. Bye, Buna.